use successful model in our country as it applies to Iran. It's all a matter of experience put at work. I think this dialogue is critical because it can only help expedite the process of change in Iran for the better.
Unfortunately, we only have this room until 2 o'clock, so there's time for the gentleman at the back who's had his hand up with a white shirt. Yes, well, with a black shirt. All right, yes. I'm afraid give you very short questions.
I'm an Ahwazi Arab from Arabstan. I've been already clear there. So try keep quiet to answer, to ask questions. I'm very proud surviving member of a family who resisted barbaric ethnic cleansing policies of both.
I'm so sorry to interrupt.
Your father, okay, let me ask a question. Well, your father killed my uncle and tortured my father. My father.
This question has these are questions which have already been it's so grateful for somebody else.
The question is, are you ashamed of your father's treatment of my people, Ahwazi Arabs? Would you say sorry to them?
Could we have another question, please? This lady here. Thank you. Final question.
Your Majesty, to us, you are our king. We have everything.
We are absolutely grateful to the Pahlavi regime, to the Pahlavi dynasty. I think, honestly, I don't know what planet some of these people have been living in, because as far as we had the Pahlavi kings ruling the country, Iran was at a status. I have never, unlike some of the people who have voiced opinions here from Balochistan, from Ahwaz, from north to south, east to west, for those who don't know, Iran was absolutely safe. I'm at a loss as to where all this is coming from. If these concerns are now being raised as a consequence of the regime that's currently tyrannizing people, oppressing people, that's nothing to do with our king that's sitting here. For goodness sake, please get your facts right.
Yes.
Well, I don't distinguish myself from a Baluchi. Listen. You need to go and read some books. I don't distinguish myself between Ahwazis and Baluchis.
Right.
I don't know why
we just have to bring it to a close. Is there a question?
We are grateful that you have made this event possible, and eternally grateful to the Pahlavis.
Thank you very much.
It's a good thing that we are sitting in a parliament where freedom of speech rules, and we can only hope that we can have the very same privileges in our own country one day. So you may totally hate me or totally love me, which is certainly a matter of opinion and choice. But we don't have that right back home. All I want is for us to have the same right in Iran. Not just in London or Paris or Washington, but in Iran proper. Having said that, and back to the previous question, one of the things that the Council would certainly appreciate, particularly, as I said, because I believe before even governments will intercede, various parliaments and legislations of world democracies ought to take the lead on this, because after all, again, since we base this entire expectation and request on the Interparliamentary Union and its description of circumstances of free elections, to show solidarity and support for our rights as Iranian citizens to be basically obtain the same opportunities in our own country and hold the Iranian regime accountable as a signatory to these very same principles, to in fact abide by it, the same way we hold them responsible to abide by their signature to the NPT or many other issues that they have signed but have not respected. Because that's the first step in the right direction. We want to operate in the legalities of this world, we want to operate with what international law prescribes, and enables or allows foreign governments or legislations to act. So the most important request at this time that we have is to support us in our call for the right to have circumstances as defined by the 154th Assembly of the Interparliamentary Union and their description of circumstances of free and fair elections. This will be tremendously helpful as a sign of solidarity and support for these principles. And this is the message that we carry out in various countries. I was in Canada last week. I will raise this issue with the French Parliament, with various parliaments, US Congress, basically every parliament and countries that are signatory to that union. That would be a great sense of establishing what is norms that are universally abided by and acceptable, and hold these circumstances as minimum expectation of conduct. Because without this, in any country, an absence of these circumstances, how could we claim that there is legitimacy for any regime of government that would not be respecting these principles? So this is the big challenge here. Legitimacy has to be derived as something that is acceptable by these norms. Otherwise, it wouldn't be. And when Iranian people are silenced in their voices or coerced into an exercise that they don't believe in but have no choice sometimes, I think the sign of solidarity and support will be a great help to their resolve and to their determination to stand up to the oppressors and fight for their rights and their self-determination. That would be our first and most important request at this stage. Thank you.